Get the show on the road, Bob. My goodness. Gotta get confused when there's more than me here. Good evening. It's Bob from OddsJam, Mike from OddsJam, and Randall's with us too. Little last minute betting. It's the wild weekend winnings, man. We're going to have lots of winnings. I'm telling you right now, guys, I've been on fire. Hockey's been on fire. And not just the picks, the player props, the positive EV picks, everything, man. It's going great. Discord link is below. All kinds of great information, sharp bettors, picks. Good place to learn. Go there now. There's a link below. We got 20% off any new OddsJam subscription with the following codes, either Bob20 or Mike20. Get in on that. Please like this show and subscribe to this YouTube channel as we made it over 900, and we're excited about doing that. Now let's get to 1,000. Tony Feuds, happy Friday, my friend. Let's get this money, this paper. Tony's coming on, Mike, Monday.
Oh, okay, cool. Can't wait to have you on, Tony, and talk some sports betting, hit some OddsJam plays. And last night was a good night for me as well, Bob. I went solo, but my two-leg parlay hit with Boston and Vegas. We did put together a three-leg parlay that we added the Devils in with those two picks against your Blues. And from what I heard from the people in the chat, they were saying you were on the Blues heavily last night. Go figure.
But I wasn't. I had the under in that game.
Yes, you had the under, which won as well. Blues did win. Good for them.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with that for the parlay purposes, but hey, we hit the two-leg.
Real quick, OddsJam, Sharp Better, Team OddsJam, LFG, and James.
Hey,
good evening, fellas.
OddsJam, Sharp Better, Coach Ken. Shout out to Coach Ken.
Yeah, he's on Twitter. He's on Twitter a lot, posting and sharing content.
Yeah, what's up, Coach Ken? I remember him. All right, check it out before we go any further. The sad news of Tim McCarver passing, I just want to mention it, not because he was a former St. Louis Cardinal, but because he is the only baseball broadcaster to broadcast games on all four networks. He was like the John Madden of baseball, guys. And you know what? These guys they got nowadays, it's just not the same. John Smoltz will never do what Tim McCarver did. It's never going to happen again.
Baseball's, unfortunately, let's face it. Now, you will disagree, Bob. I'm a big baseball guy. I bet baseball heavily.
Me too. Me too.
Yeah, they know that. They were around last baseball season when we were. But I'm going to tell you right now, baseball is the absolute most boring sport to watch, arguably, and announcing wise, how it's hard to get, but yes, Tim McCarver was great at that, but hard to get exciting announcers in baseball. However, we got XFL coming, baby.
I know Greg Voice is talking about it. We know that Randall wants to talk about it. Plus 450 for the Battlehawks, favored to win it all on DK and Randall. I know, I'm not sure when you go to the games whether you're going to do this, but you need to learn this. Caw-caw! Caw-caw!
I won't. I don't participate in that. I don't participate in the Who Dat either for the Saints. I'm one of those fans, Bob.
Tony said Sea Dragons money line.
Yeah, I don't dislike that at all. Yeah.
Yes, Tim was the best. You're right, and yeah, I admit it. I bet against the Blues and lost.
Yeah, Steven. Well, yeah, me too. We added them in our parlay. We should have just maybe stuck with the two, but hey, that was what it was. I'll tell you what. Just some foreshadowing here. And I remember you like to give Randall crap about the Rangers, but here they are, Bob. They're pretty darn good, and I'm kind of liking the Rangers right now.
Randall's off the Rangers this year, and I'm on him this year because he doesn't pick the right year. He should be on the Islanders this year too, but he's
No, I'm not on
picks
the
the wrong
Islanders
years
this
for
year.
these teams, man. You know?
Yeah, well,
I'm
Rangers are what's
trying to
up.
help him. Yeah, oh yeah.
By the way, college
I
basketball,
think
Randall, I had a positive EV play last night on Arizona, first half point spread, ended up taking them for the game. I took your approach. Arizona was coming off of a bad loss, and if you remember, Utah got them earlier in the year, so a revenge spot there. I hammered the heck out of Arizona, had you in mind for both of those plays, so they cashed.
That was a great play. I mean, coming off of a loss, obviously revenge. I was on Arizona as well. That was definitely the right side. Tonight in college hoops is awful, but few games tomorrow that are pretty good, Bob. Looks like your Missouri Tigers are safely in the field, maybe. A win tomorrow would lock it up, but Texas A&M needs to probably win as well. Although looking at this projection, it looks like they're in as a 7 seed now, so they're probably safe. But a Mizzou win tomorrow would all but put them in the tournament, I think. So,
yeah,
okay,
that's a big game. That's a big game.
I'll tell you though. Do we want to jump into college hoops for tomorrow, real quick?
Yeah.
Well, we can. I want to ask you one thing. Are we planning? Because there are people out there that are already wanting to know. Are we planning on having odds for the XFL? And if not right away, how soon?
No, they're up. I mean, I say they're up. They're on the EV page. There were some EV plays this morning for the XFL, but we do not have the XFL page up and running. Although if you just go to the search bar on OddsJam and just type in Battlehawks, you'll see that you can go to the game page and you can actually compare the odds. So we don't have, like in the sports drop down under football, we don't yet have XFL, but it's coming. So yeah, it'll be up there. And actually looks like the Battlehawks line's on the move. 2.5 at
San Antonio.
Caesars, 3.5 on FanDuel.
FanDuel 3.5, 3 on DraftKings, and 2.5 on Caesars and BetMGM.
Interesting.
Got
very,
an angle?
very interesting.
Greg says the Vegas Vipers look good on paper. And Tony likes the Blues tomorrow, plus 155. Ooh.
I mean, there's value for them tomorrow. They're at home, so, they have played decent at home. I don't hate that. I just, I can't trust that team.
They're only one game over 500 at home.
Well, they're worse on the road. They're under 500.
They're 13-13 on the road.
Are they?
They were actually, before last night's game, they were 500 on the road and 500 at home.
Well, they've won 3 in a row at home. So here, as of late, they feel like they've been pretty solid at home. So yeah.
Okay. All right, Randall. You got some plays, huh?
Yeah, I got 3 for tomorrow. Pretty light day, but 3 that I'm fairly confident in. Coach Ken, I know if you're still in here, buddy. Tennessee Vols, baby. Coach Ken was giving me some crap the other night via email. He's got him an Alabama future, which I do too. But he was on me about Tennessee and that Alabama game, and my MGM risk-free bet came through. So nice little bet there while I was in Indy, and got to see NBA history. Pacers' biggest comeback ever after being down 24 in the first quarter in the shot clock era. So that was fun to watch. But no, 3 games tomorrow, and I mean we can obviously talk about some other ones as well. But Seton Hall in Connecticut. This is huge revenge spot for UConn. UConn was at Seton Hall. They were actually up, I believe, 12 in that game at halftime against Seton Hall, and I actually had UConn in that game. They ended up blowing that lead. Seton Hall season over for Seton Hall at this point, I think. I'm not sure if they are actually – no, they are definitely on the outside. This would be a good win for him, but I'm definitely going with UConn in this spot. It looks like the opener, at least at some of the sharp books, Bet Online and Bookmaker, is UConn -10. I'm going to lay that. I think that is an absolute blowout. So like UConn there in the revenge spot. Next game, Texas Tech and West Virginia. Pretty interesting game here. Texas Tech actually coming off 2 wins. They beat K-State at home. They beat Texas at home. Yeah. West Virginia coming off 2 road losses in a row where they actually lost at Texas, followed by a loss at Baylor. This Texas Tech team, I mean, they have 2, good wins back to back, but I mean, let's face it, this team's 3-10 in the Pac-12 or in the Big 12 for a reason. So not a good team. This line actually opened 7.5. I was ready to lay it with West Virginia at 7.5, but I knew that some money would come in on Texas Tech. This is actually now down to 6.5. I'm not betting this right now. There's no reason to rush to bet West Virginia. That you might be able to get 5.5, 4.5. West Virginia should take it to Texas Tech here. And then the last game, Pitt and Virginia Tech, is a pretty interesting game. Pittsburgh is they're definitely in the tournament. They're safely in the tournament there. Virginia Tech, they're one of those teams. They probably need a win. Looks like Barstool just hung this line, Virginia Tech -4.5. I like Virginia Tech a lot in this spot. This Virginia Tech team is one that if they make the tournament, I will definitely be on them in the first round. So Virginia Tech -4.5. Honestly, this is probably another one that I could see coming back the other way. So I'll probably wait on this. It looks like BetOnline has it actually 5.5. Bookmaker has it 4.5. So actually, I take that back. If you're going to bet Virginia Tech, you probably need to do so now because actually it looks like a couple of the other sharp books have that kind of trending the other way. So I'm actually going to log into Barstool right now and place that bet for tomorrow. But those are the 3 plays that I like tomorrow, Bob. And any games you want to go over on the college slate, we can take a look at.
Okay. And Steven's wanting us to come up with a Triple Crown bet.
No, he doesn't. Our consensus plays are horrible.
Yeah, you really don't, man.
Yeah. And unfortunately, just not a lot on the college slate. We got some hockey games, but only 5 games tonight, and none that I'm crazy over.
This in my pit, says Mr. Kent.
I'll tell you right now, I just locked this in. I just bet it on Barstool. Bookmaker just moved to 5.5. BetOnline's 5.5. This VT line, if you're getting on it, if you're tailing, you better go lay the 4.5 because it's going to be 5.5. I would say by the time the rest of these books open. I'm not really, like I said, in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry to bet on West Virginia or UConn. I think that we could potentially see a better number there. But if you're getting on VT, now's the time to lock it in because it's not going the other way. So
can we talk real quick since we got an NBA All-Star game coming up? Team Giannis versus Team LeBron.
Garbage. Who cares?
Come on, guys. Come on.
Who cares? I'm not going to get that. Look, both teams have a lot of good players on their team, right? They don't give a.
It's +3 or -2.5, dude. I bet on the NHL All-Star game and made money. You mean to tell me you don't think people are going to be betting on this? I guarantee you they are.
Oh, 100%.
They are. I mean, they are.
I'm going to be one of them.
They're squarer than you, though, Bob.
If you're betting on the NBA All-Star game, just come up to the local rec league and we'll throw some lines on a game and you can take team A or team B.
Hey, hold on. Do you guys realize that in the NHL All-Star game, I hit 4 out of 6 plays?
Yeah. Great.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And you're talking to a guy that bet on water polo and table tennis.
Yeah.
How'd that work out for you? Can we talk about that?
Oh, the water polo worked out great, dude.
Oh, did it?
For one game and then the next game.
Yeah, why don't you throw a few more darts while you're at it, Bob?
On it.
I agree with Tony. Just take the over. I mean, these clowns aren't going to play any defense. NBA All-Star Weekend actually used to be one of the I mean, Mike, you probably remember, you and I are about the same age. I mean, when we were growing up, NBA All-Star Weekend was must-see TV. I'd watch the celebrity game tonight, the rookie, whatever, sophomore challenge. And then Saturday, you were all in. I mean, I'd watch TNT. They'd go to the practices. And, I mean, it was a big deal. Then you'd have the dunk contest, the skills contest, three-point contest. And now we've got – look at the names in the dunk contest this year.
Yeah.
Mac McClung, like that's your guy. And I mean, he's in the G League, I think. I mean, we don't even have NBA players. Like, that's what it's come to. I mean, this league is a joke. The All-Star game is a joke. It's all for show. I mean, they'll play defense a little bit in the fourth quarter, but it's nothing like it used to be in the early 2000s. And I don't have any interest in it. Like
Nowhere near.
Bob, head up to the Salem Community Center and we'll throw down some money on red versus white if you want to.
I'll take Giannis +3.
Okay.
Why though?
Okay.
Because it's Giannis, man.
Well, Giannis
ain't gonna play the whole game.
Well, and he just got hurt.
I know.
He just got hurt. You think he just left last night's game?
Mac will put on a show. This is Sneak Peek Leaks. Mac will put on a show. Mark my words. NBA's got to sell shoes. Powell. Hello again, Bob. I did bet on the NHL. He's from Poland, by the way, guys. All-Star game and got myself a great +1,000 parlay with players not to register a goal. That's funny. Run back
my comment when he shows out. Hey,
whoa!
He may. I'm not doubting that, but man,
what does this dunk contest become? I mean, pull out a ladder.
You can only dunk a basketball so many different ways. I mean, at some point it becomes, just a little redundant and
I think they need to bring one of those Universal Studios T-Rexes in, and you got to jump over that, and then you win the contest. Not a good idea.
I don't know. I just want. I mean, LeBron. I mean, what? How pathetic. I mean, he ought to be out of the Hall of Fame. Never entered the dunk contest. That should be a mark against him. Can't enter the Hall of Fame.
Well, let's just face it, guys. We all know who the greatest dunker was. It was Dominique Wilkins might have been the greatest, but the Michael Dominique matchup, guys, was the greatest matchup in slam dunk history. Sorry, bar none.
Well, yeah, but it was fresher back then, and they were doing things that guys can do in their sleep now. So it's kind of, dunking from the free throw line now, everybody can do. How many times you want to see a guy do that? Back then, you guys were like, whoa.
There ain't guys hanging in the air like Jordan did, but
I disagree. Get on YouTube. I bet you if you got on YouTube, you'd find
even the video game knows it. Even the video games that my grandsons play, they know it. Jordan hangs in the air.
Okay. All right.
Okay, whatever. All right, you got some plays for tonight? Do you have a parlay?
I do have a parlay. You want it?
Yeah. Give me
All
a
right,
parlay.
let's jump into it. We hit last night. We're gonna try to bounce back again here tonight. All right. Get 2 in a row. First one, Pittsburgh Islanders. I'm going Penguins money line tonight against the Islanders. Islanders are not playing that great. They've lost their last 3 games overall. They've only scored 5 goals in their last 2 while giving up 13 in their last 3. So not playing good hockey right now. Penguins, meanwhile, they've won 3 of their last 4, scored 11 goals during that stretch. And they've won 2 of their last 3 on the road. So they're playing good on the road right now, currently on this road trip. I'll take the Penguins on the money line. I don't love that one as much as I do this one, though, Bob. I'm on the Rangers tonight on the money line. Plus odds. A great matchup here, but Edmonton's lost 2 in a row and 3 of their last 4. So I like the way the Rangers have been playing.
Me too.
Decent defensive team. And Bob, don't forget, they've won 6 in a row. And you know how many goals they've scored during that stretch? 31.
31. I'm 31.
31, yes. They've just been on fire. On fire. They've won 3 out of the last 4 on the road. They play well on the road, so I'm taking the Rangers to go into Edmonton tonight and get the job done.
Hey, will you guys say hi to Angela?
Angela, what is up?
I think I emailed her back today. She reached out. I think she's traveling. Safe travels and enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And bet sports. Continue to bet.
Yes. So a juicy one tonight. Last night we took a couple of money line favorites. Tonight we had plus 316 at FanDuel was the total odds for this 2-leg parlay. I like getting the Rangers on at plus odds tonight. I love it.
Yeah, Panarin to register a point or two. I took him on shots on goal tonight. Panarin, since the Tarasenko trade is on fire because Vladdy's his buddy.
Yeah, they're buddies. So that's a good fit. And it was a great move by the Rangers to bring him in. I think that was the right move. And I think the Rangers are a legitimate threat right now to come out of the East. I really like Carolina too, but I'm starting to look at this Rangers team, and they're starting to look more similar to Boston, Bob.
Well, Mike, you better not give up on New Jersey, okay?
Yeah. Well, no, I like New Jersey. Look, they're a good team, but I don't think they can.
Hold on. New Jersey's record right now on the road after the loss last night, they're 20-4. Okay, that's huge.
Hey,
hold on. Going into the playoffs.
Yeah,
you got to be able to win on the road. If you can win on the road, you got a shot. They're a good road team. They're going to be tough. Go ahead, Randall. Yes, sir.
I was just going to ask you what their record was after one game.
0-1.
Yeah.
That play of the night, Bob.
My goodness. Goodness. I've had a lot more plays of the night. You know what? Let's compare records here recently.
Let's compare records in March Madness. Let's go head to head.
Oh, no. That's your forte. You know what? I'm done trying to compete with you on that. I can't.
Well, I can't compete with you.
I don't have the time. I'll stick with hockey, football, baseball, NBA. I'm smoking in the NBA right now, buddy.
Panarin looks good tonight, guys, on his shots on goal.
Giannis plus 3, Bob says.
Yeah, plus 3.
Boxing now. Great job lately, fellas. Just signed up. Thank you.
Schedule a call, man. Get on the phone with us. There's a schedule a call button on the main homepage. You can schedule a call with one of us. We can answer any questions you've got.
That's right. We're the call center.
The remote call center.
The remote call center. That's right.
Shesterkin over on his saves tonight looks good for a Prize Picks play. Those of you out there wanting, there's not a lot coming out up right now on the positive EV page. This Boldy play over 3.5 player shots on goals, not bad, plus 115. So that one is worth taking a look at. But right now, not a lot going on on the positive EV page here last minute. No NBA, which stinks.
I got a question for Randall that I want to.
Good though.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I got a question for Randall here, real quick. So Randall, I'm looking last night, and BetMGM had a plus 250 for the Bruins to win. The Rangers. There were 3 teams. I don't remember who they were right now. So here's what I did to compare the odds to see whether that was any good. I went ahead and went to each individual game and added them to the parlay individually because they were all on the money line. And it was the best odds I found were plus 257 on Bet Rivers. But everybody else was below that. And it actually was a good play, I think. It was fair odds.
What did MGM give you?
Plus 250, and the best I could find was plus 257 on Bet Rivers. Everybody else was below that.
So So Bet Rivers though was giving you higher than the MGM.
Yeah, yeah, but it was giving me higher than the MGM. But the rest of the books were not, they were like plus 240 or 230 something. I'm just asking, do you think that's a good way to go about trying to find fair odds for these boosts? The boosts that give you just this team's going to win, this team's going to win, this team's going to win, because all the books do it. But especially,
that's one way. I mean, just make sure that you're getting, better odds than, like in that instance on MGM, like if you were going to parlay that, they're only going to give you plus 250. You could go get plus 257 on Bet Rivers, so it wouldn't make sense to bet on that. But, you can also use the no vig odds and take, from MGM, whoever they were playing, each team, figure out what the fair odds are, and then you could plug those into the parlay calculator with the no vig odds and see. But it sounds like that was a bad boost just based on Bet Rivers having it higher. But but that is a good way to do it. That's the easiest way to do it. At least initially, you can tell if it's good or bad.
Okay, Rangers Oilers over 7 is plus money. Do you like that play, Bob? Boy, I tell you what, that's a tough one, man.
The over seems like the obvious play, but based upon how potent the Rangers have been, but the Rangers are also decent defensively. Shesterkin is in net. I don't know that the Rangers will light them up offensively, so that's a tough one.
I know, because over 7 means 8 goals. That's a lot of piles right there. And Angela is tailing the Rangers and the Penguins.
Let's go, Angela. Let's bring home a winner. We hit last night. Let's see if we can get back-to-back nights. We didn't add a third leg in tonight like we did just for the heck of it last night. We're keeping it 2 legs. See what happens. Definitely like the Rangers tonight. A lot of books seem like they're heavy on Edmonton, but man, I'll tell you what, I think this Rangers team is legit.
Well, the way they've been scoring a lot of goals lately.
I know. It's insanity right now, the way they're just.
I agree with you. And I hate to tell you this, Mike, I am with you on the Rangers. I'm on the Islanders tonight.
Oh, my gosh. You gotta be kidding me. You know what, though? Last time you did this little stunt, last time you pulled this stunt, it backfired on you, and we won the parlay. So,
hey, let me tell you something. It's the last time you pulled the stunt because I picked the Islanders before you picked the Penguins. I did it at 8:30 this morning.
All right. Well, whatever. All I know is Angela's tailing.
It's Edward Covarrubias.
Edgar is in the building. You called him Edward.
I said Edgar Covarrubias.
Okay. Edgar's back in the building. We're leaving. We're leaving with 22 deep in this chat right now, man. We're just leaving them hanging now, Bob.
I thought we were talking Saturday college hoops. Bob's got the music queued up. Heck with it. Shut it down.
You gonna shut it down on us, or are you just jamming to jam?
I didn't have anything else to say.
You got Saturday hoops tomorrow.
I got Saturday hoops we got to get to.
Are you guys trying to talk? Hold on. This is like when Mike and I play a gig and people want an encore. What you're saying is you're wanting an encore. Is that what you're saying?
No, what we're saying is there's 23 people in here.
Go ahead.
I thought we were legit going to talk about some Saturday college hoops.
Well, I got kind of tired of you guys being smart alecks to me, and I wanted to get the hell away from you.
Yeah. Well, that's not happening. We got to get into some college hoops.
Edward, he's laughing. All right, what do you want to get into? I already told you I was on Cornell tonight, and you laughed at me. So
No, they're losing right now. So,
dude, it's early.
Telling you that Ivy League, man, some fishy stuff going on there.
How about Tennessee, Kentucky?
A lot of money. Where are you at there? That Tennessee Kentucky game is very intriguing. It's at Kentucky, but Tennessee laying 3.5. Revenge spot for Tennessee. They obviously lost to Kentucky at home. Tennessee coming off of the win against number 1 Bama. I mean, it's actually down to 1.5 now on Bet Online. I don't think you can bet this game. I mean, there's a lot of conflicting stuff. Tennessee just beats number 1 Bama. Really hard and now they're going on the road. Kentucky's desperate. But do you believe Kentucky can sweep them? I mean, we saw it though. When this happened the last time when Kentucky beat them, everybody said fire Calipari. We had that same conversation this week. Mississippi State played Kentucky at home. Kentucky went into Mississippi State and they knocked them off. So I would lean to Kentucky here, but the revenge is definitely real on the minds of Tennessee. But they did just beat number 1 Bama, so it's hard to You cannot take Tennessee here, I don't think. But if you're wanting to bet the game, I think it's Kentucky or pass. And actually, if you're going to bet Kentucky, you better do it now. Plus 2.5 on DraftKings, plus 2.5 on Barstool. I'm watching this line move in real time. Bet Online is now down to 1.5. This actually opened Tennessee minus 3.5. So sharp money coming in on Kentucky, which I totally agree with after the Tennessee win against Bama. But I'm not betting Kentucky here. Kentucky's going to be a great bet on in the NCAA tournament if they can get there, though, Bob.
Yeah, I think so, too. What about LSU laying 7.5 here? I mean, I'm looking back. It's been a while since they've won, let alone beat a team by 8 or more.
Who are they playing?
They're playing South Carolina, who not too great of a team themselves, but man, it's at LSU. So that's a tough place to play. No two ways about it. But man, I don't know if I can get on LSU winning by 8+, as bad as they've been.
Yeah. LSU's bad. I mean, the line says they blow them out, but I'm with you. I don't want South Carolina. South Carolina's pretty terrible as well. But LSU, yikes. Yeah. I don't know. West Virginia's now down to 6. So that line, we're going to keep waiting. We might be able to snag West Virginia 4.5 or 5 tomorrow. Looks like the openers just came out on UConn on across the onshore books here. Pinnacle's sitting at 10.5. So if you wanted to grab UConn minus 10, it's probably a solid bet. Rutgers, Wisconsin is a pretty intriguing game.
Hey, hold on. What about Illinois, Indiana, guys?
Well, I mean, we can't bet that, so I don't even care.
I know, but still, I mean, it's our state team.
It's another game where, I mean, Indiana beat them at Illinois, so little revenge for Illinois here potentially. But Indiana's tough at home. I mean, I'd have to lean to Indiana. I'd have to lean to Indiana. I saw that comment there from James. What do we have on that Syracuse-Duke game? Duke -1. Yeah, I'm going to assume – I don't know. I assume that game is at Syracuse based on that line.
It is.
It is?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'd probably have to I'd probably have to lean Syracuse with you there, James. I think that's maybe a solid play. Yeah. Missouri A&M, Bob. Where are you going? Are your Missouri Tigers punching their ticket to the tournament tomorrow?
You didn't answer me on Illinois, Indiana yet, is it? Illinois winning
we said Indiana.
You're taking the points?
I'd lay the points. I'd lay the points with Indiana if I were betting it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Same. I got to get to this, Paul. Bob, imagine watching NHL games from Poland. Some games end 7:30 a.m. there. My sleep schedule is garbage.
Wow. Yeah. No doubt there. Yeah. A&M Missouri here. I mean, you got the revenge spot. Missouri was absolutely spanked the first time they played A&M, beginning of January or whenever it was. I mean, they were thumped pretty
Missouri
good.
Was ranked.
They were at that time. Yes.
Right.
That was a bad loss for Missouri, and you'd like to think it's at Missouri, some revenge here. they're coming off of a pretty embarrassing loss themselves. Let's face
Big
it.
time.
Auburn.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they were smoked at Auburn after they won the game at Tennessee. I like Missouri here. I
think I do too. Had they played right after they played Tennessee and won, I think I'd probably lean towards A&M. But since they just got smacked by Auburn, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm with you. I think we lean Missouri here.
All right, I got one for you. It's two of Randall's favorite teams, Iowa State, Kansas State. I love it. 19-12. Come on.
They have no. I mean, these are two teams that. I mean, honestly, when they get into the tournament, I'm going to probably fade both of them. I mean, K-State gets absolutely no love. I mean, and I don't mean love. I'm saying from the sports books. They are at home against Iowa State, okay? And they're laying 2.5. I mean, this line should be it should be 5-6. Like,
it's
3
right. It's 3 right now.
Yeah, I mean, but there's just no love for K-State. I mean, when K-State played Texas Tech at home, that line, when K-State hosted Texas Tech, now they lost at Texas Tech last week, but when they hosted Texas Tech, they were only laying 2.5 at home to Texas Tech, who had not won a Big 12 game. I mean, I think these two teams right here, Iowa State, K-State, you look at them, K-State's currently a 4 seed, Iowa State's currently a 5 seed, looking to potentially play either Dayton, Drake, Yale, Marshall, College of Charleston, Kent State, Iona, Liberty. I mean, these two teams, one of these two teams will lose in the first round. I think you can take that to the bank.
Okay.
How about that back, Bob? Take it to the bank.
That was pretty good. Yeah, that's an old phrase that didn't catch on. Creighton St. John's, your Creighton team that you're in love with so much. I'm not
as in love with Creighton as I was. I think that
you fell out of love.
What's that?
You fell out of love?
Well, I mean, we saw them the other night, double overtime against Providence. They're not a deep team. And I mean, if the three's not falling, they're going to struggle. But I think, and everybody's on Creighton now. I mean, everybody thinks that they're, the best team ever. I'll tell you a team that they don't have any defense. We've talked about it before. It's Miami, but their guards are maybe some of the best in all of college basketball. But their defense, they've got to be able to stop some teams, and they definitely cannot do that. And how about this though? This would be looking at Joe Lunardi, Creighton against Oral Roberts, Iowa State against Yale. If these were the two matchups out in the West, very real possibility you see Oral Roberts and Yale playing in the second round.
Wow.
Steven, sticking with the Rangers money line, bet odds are points bet and win plus 110, 2.5 hours left to place bets. Thanks, Powell. Okay. I have no idea what that was. That's his same game parlay on Ottawa. Powell's got plus 1.5 puck line and both teams to score over 1.5 goals. Yes, and we went with one of those the other day, guys. And it.
Well, you got Ottawa minus 1.5, right, on the puck line, not plus 1.5.
Yeah, he just typed it in wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say because they're minus 260 money line favorites tonight, so plus 1.5 for Ottawa would probably be like minus.
I have them minus 1.5. Yeah,
Bob, you like Kansas or Baylor tomorrow?
Oh, goodness, that's a big one. Bob,
I want Baylor.
You want
at
Baylor?
Kansas? You're going Baylor, huh?
Baylor at Kansas, huh?
It's plus 5.
Yeah.
Give me 5 points.
Okay.
All right.
I want 5 points.
Kansas lost at Baylor.
Let's go. Kansas will win, and the points will cover. There you go. Plus 5, baby.
Bob.
Oh, yeah, I'm living on the edge.
Jeez.
Are you kidding me? I'm looking at betting Utah Valley and Seattle, for Christ's sakes.
That's no surprise.
I'm actually looking. What about this Cal UCLA game? We never talk about the left coast, but UCLA, number 4 in the nation, at Cal.
I mean, they're laying 24.5, Bob.
Yeah, I'm asking you, did they cover that?
Probably. Cal's bad. They're very bad. Cal
Does
is very, very bad.
With Purdue losing, how far up the ladder does UCLA move?
I mean, they probably slide into 2, don't they?
You think?
I mean, I would think. I'll tell you a team nobody's talking about is Gonzaga. I think that, I mean, they could be a dangerous team. Nobody's talking about Gonzaga. Everybody's always hyping them up, but they've had some losses this year, don't get me wrong, but I mean, they went on the road last night to Loyola and won by 42, a team they lost to at home. So I think Gonzaga could be a sneaky team, because this is the year they're not expected to do anything. They're always expected to do, something. So I think Gonzaga could be a team to watch.
I agree.
Okay.
All right. Some good potential matchups in the second round, though. I know we're a long way to go, but Lenardi's bracket, I mean, potentially you could get Houston against Rutgers and Texas A&M, Kansas against Missouri or Duke. Some good matchups there. Michigan State.
That's a terrible matchup for Missouri. That's a terrible matchup.
No, but I mean, you got 2, solid teams. Kansas, Missouri, close little rivalry. I mean,
oh yeah, Kansas, Missouri in the tournament would be pretty big for sure.
Can you imagine how the Antlers would be talking at that game, Randall?
Well, they did. Remember when they hosted Kansas and they were chanting FKU before the game started?
Oh, that's right.
There.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, that's it. You haven't ever heard that chant?
No, I've heard that chant, but they put those Antlers somewhere else.
Hey, look, man. Back in the days of Steve Stepanovich and John Sundvold, it was okay to make chants like that. Okay. It was back in the 70s. Sorry, guys, before your time.
Yeah. You're going back a ways, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You're going back a ways.
Yes. Yes. All right. Look, it's time to go.
All right.
We've talked enough for one night.
Okay.
Good job.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You know what? I may do a morning coffee tomorrow, folks. Don't really know yet. We'll find out.
Well, you got a lot of college basketball tomorrow, and if I'm not mistaken, isn't there a ton of NHL tomorrow too?
Yes.
There's
I'll have my NHL video out.
There's like 13 NHL games tomorrow. Man.
Bye, guys. Thank you, Randall, for coming on. You did a great job.
Enjoyed it.
Next time I'll let you host, all right? I got so many jokes in there you wouldn't believe it.
Don't want to hear them.